Hey everyone, welcome to Local Living. I'm Anna Christina, and right now I'm joined by Mike Vickrey of Mike Vickrey and Associates. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I love sitting down to talk to you because you really have so much knowledge when it comes to a lot of the different things that we talk about when it comes to buying a home. And today specifically, we're talking about the process of purchasing a home because our director, Brendan, who you are working with, is going through that process right now. And I think it's important for the people that are watching this show or are looking to get into a new home. They might have some questions about it. And so let's break that down for people. What is the process? Start from square one.
Square one is you got to want to buy a home.
Right.
Okay, so it's easiest for us to break it down into three parts because there are three logical groupings. The first part would be where someone decides they want to buy a home, they talk to a lender and get their pre-qualification done. And then we begin a home search, and then we locate the home.
Okay.
I mean, that goes quick as the 4 items, but it can be a very long, protracted process.
So that's the first
That's the first
part.
section.
And really, we are going to break this up into several different segments because it is such an extensive process sometimes.
That's
and I
right.
think so that people can understand it a little bit better, we're going to go ahead and break that down. But what is, if you did those 3 parts of purchasing a home, break those other 2 down for us, and then we'll kind of dive into that first part again.
Great. Second part would be where you actually make an offer on the home, you negotiate with the seller, you perform your due diligence period tasks like home inspections, termite inspections, homeowners insurance, and then you continue to work with the lender to make sure your loan is processed and ready to close.
Okay. And Brendan, are you writing these notes down back there? Listen, and for those of you that are watching too, I know, again, there's so many questions when it comes to purchasing a home and walking through that process, and that's why I love talking to Mike because he is so knowledgeable when it comes to all those things. So it's important to look for somebody that knows what they're doing too. And I'm just going to go ahead and give you that compliment you for that because it makes, I think, that process easier. You know the questions to ask as well and how to go through that process. So let's go back to part 1 and really break that down for us.
Great. Part 1, it seems like nothing's happening through part 1 because it takes a while to put the pieces together. The first thing that's most important is to find a lender as the buyer and get qualified for a loan. It's important for 2 reasons. One is that you actually know you can qualify for a mortgage. Sometimes there's a big surprise when you find out you can't afford to buy a home.
So what is your buying power, right? You
well, and that's the biggest, most important part is you want that that lender to scope exactly how much house you can buy. There is nothing sadder and that will get a real estate agent fired quicker than for me to show you a $200,000 house and find out you can only afford a $150,000 house. Because once you look at a $200,000 house, you're never going to be satisfied with $150,000. So that's the most important thing you do there. From there, I sit down with my clients and we decide I need 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, garage, not garage, fenced yard, whatever those things are, along with location. So once we pick a location, then I set up a search. They start emailing right out of the MLS to them, and then they just keep a running list of houses, and they say, I really like these, let's go look.
Yeah, and it's so fun, too, to go through that process. And Brendan, I know you're going to have a great time, so I'm sure you guys have already started.
We've already started. He's already got a couple lists of homes that we're working on. So, and then from here, we're going to take Brendan out. We're going to look at some homes when he finds his forever home. Then we'll get together and make an offer, negotiate those terms out, and then
that's so exciting.
Get the disclosures. And once we have an accepted offer, we move to the next phase. Okay.
And so that next phase, again, we're going to be breaking down in a future segment.
That's right.
So you guys are going to have to tune in for that. And also, we're going to be prepared for the 4th segment, we'll call it, because it's going to be a housewarming party for Brendan.
For Brendan, that's right. That's
All right. Thanks, Mike, for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll have more on Local Living when we come back.